We're about to diagnose and repair a click-through issue on a website. Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and as you can tell, I do not like wearing sunscreen, apparently. I was outside for a couple days, so my videos might be slightly infrequent because I am as red as a lobster, and I'm doing my absolute best to hide that. But in this video, we are going to be diving into somebody's website, and I'm going to be diagnosing a poor click-through rate, which is actually causing them to lose money. Now, it's not necessarily a loss, but they're missing out on potential revenue, and who wants to do that? So we're going to be diving in. I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to look for if you have a website, and this doesn't apply to just this website. This is literally something that you can do for every single website. Now, how do I know this? I know this because this is literally what we do at my agency, and this is something that most people forget about when they go in and they start building websites. What they do is they go out, they build a website, which is great, and I love that, but what they don't do is they don't go back and check on it in 3, 6, 9 months from now. So now that we have some great data that we can actually use to diagnose some issues, we can go in and actually make those repairs that are really important to go through and increase their click-through rate. So this is going to be a shorter video, I think, but we're going to jump right in here and we are not going to waste any time. So right off the bat here, we have our website. So better yet, the back end of the website. But this is the website we're working on, Above All Pressure Cleaning. They're a phenomenal company out on Long Island. And the reason why I realized this is because they're slowly moving as far as the impressions go, but they're not really acquiring any backlinks, and there's a massive amount of clicks that are not taking place. And when there's not enough clicks taking place, we have, it just shows that there's an issue somewhere along here. So we're going to go through and we are going to diagnose these issues. Now, normally I would say let's spend some time in here and look at the queries, but quite honestly, the queries are actually not going to give us the data that we're looking for. It does give good data. However, the data that we're really looking for is actually on the page area. Most of the time in most of my videos, I would say let's spend some time here. Let's go through all of the keywords, and they're currently ranking for 481 keywords if I move myself out of here, which is phenomenal. That is so many keywords. And as time goes on, they're going to progressively get better and better. But what happens is Google is not sending them sending them the impressions, but they're not getting the clicks. So we have to go through and we have to fix that. And this is exactly how you would do that. So the first thing you have to do is go under the page area. And in here, you're going to be able to see all the pages. Now, currently they have about 30 pages on the website. This is blogs, and this is also pages on the website. And in here, you're going to see a massive separation in clicks, right? We have your click-through rate, you have your position, you have your impressions, and your clicks, obviously. But the problem is if you look at these clicks, they're less than 1% of these click-throughs. And that is a massive, massive problem because they're getting a ton of impressions. And if we actually sort it by impressions, right, tennis, basketball, court cleaning, right, they might be position 48. And if you wanted to see what they're actually ranking for on here, you can go through and see what queries they're showing up for. And they're showing up for 30 different queries. None of them are quite on top of Google, but we want to make sure that we give it the best chance possible. And this is where a lot of people seem to fall short. They say, hey, you know what? It's been up. It's there, and we're not getting click-throughs. This is exactly where you would need to go to diagnose those click-through rates. So once we know what page it is, right? So the home page is pretty good. We have a 10% click-through rate right here. We're on position 1.9, which means we're usually fluctuating between 1 and 2. And in here we have a variety of pages. That's exactly what they are. They're pages on the website. And we've, over the last 3 months, we've gotten 1,600 impressions here. We've gotten 600 impressions here, 500 impressions here, 800 impressions here, 400 impressions here. Now, if we could get all of these to 1% minimum, we'd have a massive amount of traffic coming on the website. Now, it's nothing groundbreaking or earth-shattering, but here's the thing. By allowing more people to click through to your website, this increases the amount of people spending time on your website. It's just overall really, really good for your website. So now what I have to do is, now that I've kind of identified some of the problem areas on this website, we can go through and we can start adjusting and modifying. So right off the bat, I'm not going to mess around with the homepage. The homepage at a 10.1% click-through rate is phenomenal. What I am going to go mess around with is actually the tennis basketball court. Now you might be thinking, what's the difference between these two? These are HTTPS and HTTP. So this might tell me, hey, you know what, maybe there is some improvement that we could do over here, and I'm gonna test that. Now, if you're curious to know if this is actually gonna work for you or not work for you, what I would recommend is follow everything that I'm about to teach you in this video, and then after I teach you everything in this video, give it some time, give it 2 or 3 months. You'll be able to start seeing the results, and the only thing that you're gonna have highlighted is your average click-through rate, and you'll be able to see, once you click on a page, how is that changing over time, right? So this has gotten 165,000 impressions, only 2 clicks, and a 0.1% click-through rate, right? So this is something that's jumping out at me saying, hey, you need to go change this. But the cool part is once you make those changes, you'll actually see a massive difference in your overall click-through rate. So if I go into another website that we're currently working on here, and you can see that we have a pretty good amount of impressions, and we have a pretty good amount of clicks, right? But the cool part is if we highlight this, you'll actually be able to see the click-through rate over time. So in here, it's fluctuating to 0, and now we're getting off of that 0%. And you could go in and see what that is for every single page, right? If you actually look at this, you'll be able to see and go through, and I'm not gonna do that for the sake of this video, but you'll actually be able to see the changes over time. Now, where this is really important is if you have a website that's been around for a long period of time, you'll be able to see the changes very quickly on the site. So you could just go through and you'll actually be able to see the difference on each and every single page before and after you've made the changes. So in this website, for example, I haven't made any changes yet. It's just the data that we've had. So how do I actually go about fixing this, right? First thing is I want to go find that page. So in this case, we're doing metal, wood, and paving stone restoration. So I want to go down to that area of the website, which is going to be right here. And we're going to go in and we are going to do SEO basics. Now this happens to be Wix. This is going to be the exact same in every single platform. And what I need to do is I need to go through and I need to modify and adjust the page title, and I need to modify and adjust the meta description on this page. This will give us the highest probability of people clicking through to the website. Now, once I do this, now I can go through and diagnose where people are falling off after they've already visited the website. For example, if they are coming to this page, right, and they're saying, hey, you know what, I don't buy, right, there's no call to action, I need to go build a call to action on here. And once I have that, now I can start to say, okay, great, now we can start to fix and adjust why they're not getting contact forms. So in this case, we're going to go through, we are going to modify and adjust. We're going to go into this SEO settings, and I'm just going to take the information on this page and start to play around and modify it. So we have metal, wood, and paving stone restoration, above all pressure cleaning, and I'm just going to use one of the tools that I have accessible. For some people, what I would recommend is Googling and seeing what other people are writing, but for this case, I'm just going to make my life easy, and I'm just going to test out some AI. So we're going to do an SEO meta tag, and we are going to click through it. Now, because I'm lazy, and I love being lazy, I'm just going to use all the information from this page to give Google the best chance at giving me something that I need. So we're going to do above all pressure cleaning, and we have a description of the page here. So in here, there's no real description of what is going, I mean, there's multiple descriptions of what's going on this page, but there's nothing that says like, hey, I need this. So in this case, I'm just going to go through and talk about metal and wood restoration. Metal, wood, and what else is on there? And I'm just going to keep it super brief. I want the AI to do as much work as possible, and I'm just going to click the go button, and it's going to give me a variety of options. Now, many of you guys have probably seen me do this, and you could go through and see. It's going to spit out a ton of information. Metal and wood, paving stone restoration, above all pressure cleaning. This is really, really good data. Now I can take this data and I could start to insert it into the website, and I'm going to comb through this, and all I'm going to do is hit save, and I'm going to write this down somewhere important, whether it's in notes on my website or my CRM with this customer, and I'm going to track what the improvements were, and I'm probably even going to write down what it was beforehand, what it was after, and after I have that data, now I can say, hey, you know what, let's keep fixing, modifying, and adjusting to give us the absolute best chance at success on their website. And that's it. There's really nothing else that I need to do. I'm letting the AI do the work. I'm going and adjusting the website. And after that, it's just time, right? I can't just speed through life. It has to go through Google. Now, the results are going to appear pretty quickly once Google indexes it and realizes the changes. But other than that, it's just time to see what the results were and does it work. So hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, little notification bell. I'll see you guys later. Bye.